So since my video last week about Robin Hood, I've had a lot of questions about how Robin Hood actually links with the curriculum, because it's not actually one of the history topics, but as I'm going to explain in this video, it actually has a lot of different benefits of talking about Robin Hood and featuring him in the lessons. And so here's a little taster of what we actually get up to in a Robin Hood live encounter. Now, it's generally accepted that Robin Hood wasn't a real person, and so he unfortunately isn't a part of the Key Stage 2 history curriculum, which is a real shame because particularly in the Disney version, which is, I say, the most important version, there is this fantastic historical reference to King Richard the Lionheart and Prince John. And I think that it's worth drawing on these things when you're talking to children about it and creating some kind of historical context to this character. Then you can start thinking about the other issues that this character can bring up. So in the session that we did the other day, it was all about heroes and villains. And now this is a topic that I know that a lot of schools do. And Robin Hood is the best character to do in this scenario. In the one that I do, so I go in as Robin Hood and the children are asked to hide me somewhere in the classroom, and they all will go to that very quickly. There's very few of them that would ever pipe up and ask about that, and this is a really fun way of getting them engaged with it, getting them involved with it, and also creating some kind of story that the children are involved with as well. They are now associated with Robin Hood by trying to hide him in the classroom. And you can draw on this later on in the day. As I do in the live encounters, we kind of ask why the children did decide to hide Robin. What was it about the character that made the children want to be on his side, want to hide him? We also talk about the differences in good and bad people and whether it's ever acceptable to steal things. So this is a really fun thing, and there are so many different games that you can include in this day and lots of activities and fun ways of approaching this topic. In particular, we have a particular hiding game that we like to do in the classroom where a child takes the role of the sheriff and another takes the role of Robin and has to hide somewhere in the classroom. That's really, really fun. We also have, we've kind of finished with this big trial of Robin Hood. We actually went one step further and created an archery tournament to precede the trial of Robin Hood. Now, in this tournament, the children are encouraged to come up and take a shot at our target. This is really fun because each part of the target represents a piece of evidence, and if they hit the target in a particular point, they get a piece of evidence that they can either take back to the prosecution or the defence, whichever side they're on, to help their case. We also produced our very own newspapers, which had all the different crimes, and the children are encouraged to use the evidence that they've found and cross-examine it with the news reports and come to some kind of conclusion. Now, this gets really heated, and the other day there was a lot of commotion because people were disagreeing on both sides, but it's just so important to ensure that the children are being respectful and taking turns and listening to each other at this time. So this is a really fun way of practicing public speaking skills, your persuasive language skills, piecing together evidence. There are so many different things that you can practice at this point in the trial of Robin Hood, and most importantly, create a really strong image in their head about what a hero looks like and what a villain looks like and what happens when the two mix up, okay? And that is why I love doing the Robin Hood live encounters so much, because you get such a variety of opinions and ideas, and it is absolutely the most fun that you can have in the classroom. So I definitely think you should be worth checking it out. If you have any questions about it, as always, send me a message, send me a tweet, send me a Facebook message, whatever it is you want to do it, and we can talk about it, and I'll tell you all about our Robin Hood live encounter in even more detail. So I'll speak to you soon.